For our next supplier presentation, we'll be hearing from Dave Tunn, Area Sales Manager of JTI. Please welcome Dave to the stage.
Good afternoon, and thank you very much for that welcome. As much as I thoroughly enjoyed that presentation, I'm not enjoying having to follow it. Not to do with my presentation a discredit, but that really was excellent. I thoroughly enjoyed that. So, as I said up there, I'm Dave Tunn. I'm the Area Sales Manager for Central London, and I'm here with my entourage, Bill Martin, and indeed Ron Patel, for anybody who's been out in the foyer area, sort of learning about Nordic Spirit. It's been a tough couple of years for a lot of people with their own sort of individual challenges through lockdowns and working from home and all sorts of things that we've had to deal with. But this last sort of couple of days has been really good to actually interact with people again. Particularly enjoyed last night. I want to thank the NFRN for inviting us and indeed putting on a good evening. I woke up this morning with A, a warm feeling, and B, a slightly sore head, which is not a bad combination, I reckon. This is probably one of few rooms where I can say I'm from JTI and people know what I'm talking about. Normally when I say JTI, they go, Japanese Tobacco International, they go, again. And then you go, all right, Benson Hedges. But obviously you know who we are. And we provide, obviously, our tobacco products as well as reduced risk products and indeed our nicotine replaceable 100% non-tobacco nicotine pouches, which again you may have had the opportunity to sample, and we are number one in this category as well, which we're very proud of with an 85% market share. We don't only bring innovation and help our retailers through encouraging RRP sales with increased profits, but we also look at helping with the illicit trade, and I want to talk a little bit about that. So, without further ado, I shall move on. So, illegal tobacco still remains a big problem across the UK. HMRC figures show us that in 2021, 9% of ready-made cigarettes and 34% of roll your own tobacco is in fact illegal. With £2.3 billion lost in the years 20 to 21, and with £48.8 billion in sales lost since 2000. The JTI survey we put out suggests that around about 30% of smokers know where they can buy or have bought illegal tobacco. This information comes from Measuring Tax Gaps 2021 edition, and indeed Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs from the 16th of September this year, so it's all up-to-date information. We like to think we're doing our bit because it's a problem that affects all of us. As an area manager, I get to see both sides of this. I get to see some of the work that goes in from our point of view, but I also get to see, quite importantly, I think, the frustration from retailers who play by the rules, which is, of course, the vast majority. And so a question that I often get asked is, what are we doing about it? Well, so far this year, we have a dedicated team. In fact, we've had a dedicated team for some years now, but we've gathered evidence on 125 retail outlets that are selling illegal tobacco. We've done test purchasing, and we've issued 20,000 takedown notices against online sellers of illegal JTI products. We've seen counterfeit amber leaf, 50-gram tobacco, being sold for as little as £3.50. I mean, how can anybody compete with that? Of course, we all know the dangers, and I won't upset your lunch by telling you what's in some of this stuff. But you know, something has to be done about it. We've identified, as I say, 125 retail outlets. We monitor Facebook consistently and other media platforms. I quite often get asked if I'm aware of stores where this is happening, and we've sent people out into areas. In fact, interestingly enough, I had a phone call from our sort of guy who heads this up, saying, did I have any stores for him in leafy West London, which I believe may be selling illicit tobacco, and I didn't actually. I know of areas where there have been concerns and indeed prosecutions, but I said it's probably not the first place I'd go to. You know, lovely Richmond, Wimbledon, sort of all around there. But they went out and did some test purchases anyway, and they found some. So it isn't necessarily just where you expect it to be. It is all over, and therefore we look all over. We've got some good news on the enforcement of this. There's new on-the-spot fines of up to £10,000 that are being introduced this year, which is not a shy amount. You've got to sell a lot of £3.50 amber leaf to make that worthwhile. Trading standards report that tobacco remains their most investigated product category. This map identifies the postcode areas where our analysis of media and other documents in the public domain show where there has been at least one seizure or prosecution since 2019. I wonder if that little shop in West London's on there. I'm not sure. It's not that clear. But for trading standards who are frontline in policing the UK's high streets, tobacco remains a key priority for them. Sellers of illegal tobacco rob you of your sales, footfall and profits. Quite simply, we need you to keep reporting any illegal tobacco sellers to HMRC and to trading standards. There's some numbers and some website details that you can take down there if you don't already have it. I'm sure you do. But we know it's frustrating that nothing seems to be done about it, but I'm here to tell you that a lot is done about it, and we take it very seriously indeed. It affects us all. I say it's up there. It's up there now. Okay, I want to talk to you about sustainability. It's a big focus for us over the last couple of years has been sustainability. In 2020, JTI launched its environmental plan 2030 as part of its leading sustainability agenda, looking at 5 key focus areas, which are behind me. As part of this plan, JTI has pledged to do a lot more, or loads more, with tons less, and reach zero or net zero emissions within the next decade, which is 20 years ahead of the government's current deadline. As you can see there, we've got some big numbers in there to become 100% of all of our waste to be recycled and to be taken away from landfill. You're probably hearing more and more from your reps as they come around and they talk to you about sustainability. And if you're not and you're interested, then ask them a question and I'm sure they'll have lots to say. They might even have a couple of videos they can show you. I'm going to talk about very, very briefly, actually, Nordic Spirit. I'm not going to talk about it briefly because it's not important and it's not a very important category for us and hopefully for you. But I would imagine most of you have had an opportunity to interact with Ron. But Nordic Spirit is the leader in the nicotine pouch category. It's available in mint, bergamot, wild berry, elderflower, and varying nicotine strengths from regular to extra strong. Seems to be the extra strong ones that are the most popular as well. The nicotine pouch category has seen strong growth throughout 2020 and 21, and we expect the category to continue performing well with a wide range of these flavours. It's, as I say, the UK #1 pouch brand, and it's got, as I say, about 3/4 of the market there, more so sort of outside of London. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is Plume, which is part of the heated tobacco category, which I dare say you're going to hear more and more about. Demand for heated tobacco is growing in popularity, and customers are seeking new alternatives. So to help deliver profit from this growing category to yourselves, by the end of 2020 we released a product called Plume, which is a sleek, unique and innovative heated tobacco product alongside the Evo tobacco sticks, not to be confused with Evo Stick, of course, the well-known glue. Don't smoke that, just please. Although Plume is only available currently in a few accredited retailers in London, where we're sort of trialling it, and Evo, not the glue, is available from a lot more retailers within inside the M25. We have ambitions for the brand, and we plan to be rolling that out more so than London in the near future. The category, believe it or not, is worth about £2 million a week in traditional retailing, and a lot of that is through the independent and symbols channels as well. So it should be a good opportunity for all. Conventional tobacco products have always been a staple offering for retailers, and JTI is here to ensure that retailers can take full advantage. The tobacco market has been faced with many challenges, but we're still here, and it continues to be a key profit driver for many retailers. To keep up with current trends, we have added 2 additions to the Sterling family, Sterling Dual Leaf Capsule, or Wrapped Capsule, and the Tobacco Essential 30 gram as well. The value of the tobacco market was £15.7 billion last year, and I'm fortunate enough to be working for a company with 46% market share. 8.3 million kilograms of rolling tobacco are sold in the UK every year, and B&H Blue is our #1 brand as well. We're committed to supporting the NFRN members year-round, ensuring that they make the most of every must-stock product and to help drive sales for them and their store. Retailers can contact their local sales rep for support anytime they want. Now, you've heard some really big numbers there, and numbers are fine. We like numbers, but one of the reasons I've been with JTI for 13 years now. I know I look far too young, but believe it. And the thing I like about it isn't the numbers. It's the people, and it's the opportunity to work with some great people and come and meet more great people at events like this as well. So I'd just like to say a very big thank you to everyone. Let's have a wonderful end of 2021. Hopefully a slightly easier 2022. And thank you very much indeed. If you have any questions, if you write them on a piece of paper and leave them with reception, I'll definitely pick them up. No, if there's anything you'd like to ask, then the floor is yours.
Okay, any questions, anybody to the rostrum? Or was it that good a presentation?
Don't say that. You're inviting trouble for me.
Is that Craig? Are you getting? You are. Okay, brilliant. Thank you.
Hi, Craig Etchells, Bolton, North West District. You mentioned Plume before.
Yes.
When is it going to be launched nationally? And do you have any prices for it yet or not?
It's so to say it's a London launch at the moment. We've got it in certain what we call accredited retailers. However, we don't have any dates on it, but we're very much looking. I mean, there's competitors in the market where which have been successful. We can see it's a market which has a demand, and we will be fulfilling that. I don't have any dates just yet for it.
Do you know what the pricing structures are in London? Or?
Yes, so the Evo tobacco sticks are priced at £4.50. There's 4 different variants at the moment, and the device itself, it's I think we're actually doing a promotion on it at the moment, whereas there's a £20 introductory price on it, but that may well vary by the time it's released sort of more nationwide.
So what's the price of the device?
So currently we've got an introductory offer on it of a Plume bundle of £20, but the RRP originally on the device itself I think was around about 50, but by the time it comes nationally, that may well change.
Well, I'd just like to say I hope to see it in Manchester soon.
Manchester would be a good place for it, I think.
Next question.
Jti Supplier South East region. You talked about illicit tobacco sales. In Gravesend last week, 6 shops were raided, owned by the same guy. He's been raided before 3 times. He gets a slap on his wrist. He reopens them the next day, whereas he was selling them for £3 the day before. The next day, it goes up to £4. Also, you gave a number for trading standards. I've rung trading standards 4 times. You get a reference number, and nobody comes back. And this problem continues. And unless we show that we mean by closing them down, this will carry on forevermore. Mm-hmm. How can you guys help the industry to shut these shops down?
We can do more of what we're doing at the moment in tandem with the legislation which is coming in. You know, this guy, if he's got 5 shops, 6. I mean, that's 60 grand under these under these new rules, which they're not just proposed; they're coming in. I would invite you to share those with me, and I would, if they're not already on our radar, put them on the radar, and let's keep at them. But I agree. I think we need more and more stringent support from the government on this, and I dare say we'll get there because it's costing them as well. They don't like losing money either.
I mean, all they did was they recovered £21,000 worth of illicit tobacco, and they seized 1 motor vehicle.
Yeah.
And everything else is back to normal.
Well, I mean, so personally, I haven't seen this particular example, but as I say, give me those store names. I'll see in just a minute, and I'll put them on the radar if they're not already there. Thank you.
I've got the pictures.
Great, appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for a great presentation again.
Thank you very much indeed. Cheers. Enjoy the rest of the conference.